Hi, my name is Ben Hudson, and today, in this short video, I'll tell you a controversial story of a 68-year-old farmer from Kansas who helped me discover how to easily generate unbelievable amounts of energy. I'm talking about a simple and efficient device that can be used by anyone, everywhere, to reach power independence for the rest of their lives. It has already helped more than 76,000 happy families over the past year who successfully got through tough times, such as Hurricane Florence or Michael. The technology behind this amazing device is based on a method that uses one of the most popular resources that each person has around them. And what is more important is that it is free. You won't spend even a single dollar on it. I'm sure you're already intrigued and you want to know all about how this system works. It's a gadget like nothing you've ever seen, and in a few moments you'll be mad at yourself for ever paying a single cent for electricity. So, don't miss this short video now because I don't know how much longer I'll have this free presentation online. So watch this right now while you still can. Before we continue, let me tell you who I am and how it all started. As I said, I'm Ben. I'm a simple engineer who dedicated all my life to my job with one of the big electrical power companies here in the US. I'm just sorry that I did not realize sooner who I worked for. But that's how life goes. Yes, I know it sounds weird, but this is a true story. And through my job, I met the old farmer, or as I like to call him, Uncle Sam. Everything started after more than 27 years of hard work, when in an unexpected meeting after hours of strife and debates about leaking electricity, I was selected to be a delegate to go to Kansas and investigate a phenomenon never before seen by our company. Some of the farmers from this part of the country in less than 3 months had shrunk the use of power by more than 60% without anyone realizing how they did it. No one could explain it, and the company was sure someone had discovered a method to bypass our system. I was to discover how it was done and then return everything to normal. I took the first plane to Kansas, and after a week of discussions with my colleagues from there and after analyzing all the documentation that they had, I decided that everything started with Mr. Joseph Sam, a 68-year-old farmer. After days of research and hard work, I decided to go and see this man's property. Not knowing exactly where it was, I arrived there at night, and I was surprised to see that his farm was one of the most well-lit in the area. His energy bill had been reduced so much, and by the lights that were on, no one could be saving any energy. It was all very strange, and I decided not to waste any time and come back the next day to check it out and talk with the owner of the farm. I was beginning to think that the electricity leaking theory just might be true. The very next day, just as the sun came up, I got there prepared for the worst, but my first contact with this simple farmer changed all my expectations. Mr. Sam was an old, friendly, hardworking farmer and welcomed me into his house. From the first moment I met him, I felt like we'd known each other for a long time, and when you looked into his eyes, you could tell what kind of a man he was. After he showed me around the farm and answered all my questions, Mr. Sam explained to me that I was not the first to visit with the same questions, and that I would probably leave just as confused as everyone else. But he agreed to allow me to run my tests to explore how so much energy use was possible while reducing his bills by more than half. My testing, measurements, verifications on the farm took more than 2 weeks. During this time, I observed that on this farm, the one strange thing that happened daily was that Sam spent all day long gathering grass with his lawnmower. Mr. Sam and I became friends during my stay on the farm. When we finished our daily chores, we would sit and have long discussions on the porch each afternoon. He was just like my uncle, a strong, brave, smart man that was trying in every way to help himself and others around him. He was also a skilled man, interested in new technology that could improve everyone's quality of life. Uncle Sam, as I came to call him on my last day on his property, after giving me days to discover the problem, showed me something I hadn't noticed until that moment. In one of his hidden barns, where he stored the cut grass, in a dark corner, he showed me a strange machine similar to an old barrel. He told me that I was the first person, apart from a few close neighbors, to ever see that device. It was the device that was causing my company so much concern. He did this because he realized that I was the right person to fight for him and possibly for all people who need an easy way to reduce electricity consumption. Uncle Sam showed me all his sketches and documents about it, and he told me all about this device that was a miracle, as he called it, allowing him to reduce his energy bill. He told me everything about his work, how the device worked, how to build it, how this idea started, and about the fear of the big energy fat cats, the energy moguls, who wanted to hide this and his preparations and dreams to make it known to everyone. Only then did I make the connection and I understood why he cut grass all day long. This device could function with many things from around the house, like grass, straw, wood pulp, and so much more, even garbage. He needed to have only one of these, and he discovered the best one for him was grass. It was amazing. I started to get excited, knowing that this could save a lot of people from the always increasing cost of energy. After a great final evening spent with Uncle Sam, I returned to my office, very proud of what I had discovered. At the first meeting, I was in the spotlight. I was very confident about what Uncle Sam, myself, and my electric company could make with this extraordinary device for all of humanity. I told them that the theory about the electricity leak was wrong. I showed them my research proving this, and afterwards I explained all about this amazing device. I gave them all the plans and sketches that I had from Mr. Sam, and I explained that this was the cause that led to the old farmer's low bills. When they heard all about the solution, everything took a wrong turn. They closed the doors, shut off the phones, organized a private meeting, and after 2 hours came back to me with a new and harsh plan. They wanted me to go back and by whatever means necessary, I was to destroy all the devices without anyone realizing it. All evidence had to disappear, no matter the cost. They told me that they couldn't leave anything to chance. They needed things to continue in the status quo. People need to continue to pay more and more for energy and remain slaves to the big energy fat cats. I was indignant, and I refused to accept this dirty job. This was the first time in my career that I had not done exactly as they asked, and their response came very fast. "You're fired, and we'll take care of you later." And so it was. For several months, I tried to find a new job, but everywhere I went to try and get a job, the doors closed at the mention of my name. After about 3 months, I called Uncle Sam, and he told me that his nice farm had entered a dark time. On the phone, I could sense a difference. The once cheerful and full-of-life man had lost the spring in his step and had new pressing worries. The hard times started for both of us at the same time. Not long after this conversation, the number of his farm animals started to drop. Uncle Sam became almost depressed, and he barely spoke with his neighbors, or anyone, for that matter. Uncle Sam left shortly after all this began, broken, distraught from all that had occurred, and no one ever saw him again. I felt inhuman. I was angry. I felt that my entire life was worthless. I felt that I could no longer look my kids in their eyes if I didn't do anything. I also felt a strange heat in my body for the first time, a heat that I'm sure was motivation. It was the moment that changed my life and made me realize that I needed to do something that would have a huge impact. Then, while I was sitting on my sofa and staring into space, one crazy idea hit me in the back of my head. And after a second thought, I said to myself, what if I make everything public through a website and share this secret device with the whole world? I knew that there are a lot of people out there who desperately need to reduce their electricity costs and don't have the means to do it. So I started to adjust Uncle Sam's plans so that anyone could build their own device at home, no matter what sources of energy they have and no matter where they live. I wanted it to be built faster. Even though I'm not a technical person, it took me about 2 hours to replicate the farmer's miracle in a primitive device that would generate electricity. After months of struggle, I managed to replicate the system that could produce electricity with no costs whatsoever. So I plugged in a fan and started doing it. The fan was spinning from nothing. For the rest of January, we used the generator and consumed the same amount of electricity that we always did before. But rather than pay $190 for our energy bill like we did in the past, we were running on Uncle Sam's miracle device. That meant a significant reduction in costs. All it had taken me was about 3 hours of my time and about $116 in initial costs. I loved the fact that I was teaching my son such a great lesson about not being dependent on the government or any corporations, and I felt so relieved to know that he would always grow up in a warm, safe, and comfortable home. Now, that was about 1.5 years ago, and since then my family and I saved more than I ever thought I would. And the generator holds true, both in the coldest winter months when the temperature can get down into the negative teens, as well as in the hottest, muggiest days of summer when the thermometer soars past 100. Plus, using the same principle to make a few of Uncle Sam's witty tweaks, I managed to juice more power out of the generator, enough to never worry about being energy dependent again. Well, before long, my friends and family members were begging to know my secret, and when I showed them the simple generator Uncle Sam had created, a lot of them had a hard time believing something so small could be creating so much energy. But after I'd given them the simple building instructions, and they'd followed them and created their own power plant in about the time it takes to watch a football game on TV, they became believers fast. Because when the person who used this amazing invention was hooking it up to electrical appliances, the results were the same. An abundance of clean, easy energy that they could use to power anything. Using electricity without second thinking, blasting the AC during the summer, running their televisions, their kitchen lights, their garage doors, their most heavy-duty appliances. Soon my friends were telling their friends about my little miniature power plant, until finally the number of phone calls and emails from people asking me to share the blueprints for my home power plant became too overwhelming. Mary, my wife, put her foot down and told me that I had to find a better way to share this one-of-a-kind energy system with the world. So I went to work rewriting out the blueprints, the materials list to show the construction process in simple steps. And this is how the Freedom Particle System was born. A complete package that contains everything you need to know about building your own waste energy generator. The Freedom Particle System is a step-by-step guide showing you exactly how to create your own home power plant today, cutting down by 60% or more your electric bill in the next 30 days. As you already know, this system was specifically designed so that anyone with one hand can build it, even if you have difficulty plugging your charger into a cell phone. In fact, you'll be shocked by how few steps there actually are, and how short the list of materials you need to build this is. Inside this system, which I'll tell you how you can access in just a second, you'll see exactly what those steps are, along with a full materials list that will help you build the system from start to finish. Even though it wasn't cheap for me to conceive this system, I put a lot of time, money, and effort into it, I think it's extremely valuable. Plus, because the files are something you can download to your computer, tablet, or smartphone, you'll be able to follow them anywhere, even if you decide to build your system down in the garage or outside. You'll also be given clear guides and written instructions detailing exactly how to connect your system to any appliance. All of the materials you need to build this will cost $116 total. But, like I mentioned, you can probably find about 90% of those materials for free in your garage or at a junkyard. Additionally, you're also going to be given a full list of tools, and you'll see exactly how to use each one to build the device so that you have an unlimited power supply inside your home. You will never have to pay such high bills to the greedy electric companies again. And on top of all of that, the Freedom Particle System is virtually maintenance-free. The generator will constantly produce the energy, so there's no fire, no burning, no dangerous gases being released, and no intense mechanical processes that can break down. Instead, you simply start the generator and enjoy a fully powered home. To date, more than 76,000 families have used this exact same system to permanently ditch their energy companies. So, with all of that being said, I want you to pause and think about this for a second. How good will it feel to never have to stuff the overflowing pockets of the greedy energy companies again? To never have to go to your mailbox and feel a deep pang of anxiety when you see your monthly statement, that you're about to take $160 or more of your hard-earned money and send it off to a company that couldn't care less about your family's safety. How happy are you going to be when you join the ranks of the 76,897 other freedom fighters who have already decided that they are fed up with being price gouged every time it gets hot or cold outside? What will you do with all of that extra money? Will you put it away towards your children's college education? Will you take your family out to a nice dinner once a month at the 5-star restaurant that your wife looks at whenever you drive by? Will you use it to help pay off your mortgage faster? In just 10 years from now, having this system in your home saves you at least $14,000, probably closer to $24,000. So I want you to think about what this kind of savings will mean for you. I mean, of course, there are other options out there besides this. You could try to power your home via solar, but the price is a big concern. Can you really afford to pay the $10,000 or so it costs to have a system like this professionally installed? or $800 for a DIY solar kit that requires a degree in engineering just to set up? And how much sunlight is directly hitting your home during the short, cold days of winter? Another alternative is to buy a generator. But we already did the math, and you need to use about 90 gallons of gas per month, and at a cost of around $250 or more to do it. Even at $2.50 per gallon for gas, to permanently run your home with a generator, it would cost you around $250 per month. If you really tried to use one as your main power source, you'd be looking to get a few months of usage out of it before it started breaking down. Why would you do that when you could get the Freedom Particle System today and be able to take total control as soon as tonight? This is my promise to you. If you use the step-by-step blueprints, the illustrated instructions, and the materials cheat sheet that I'm giving to you, you will create an ultra-low maintenance, ultra-efficient power generator that works just as well as your current power source. And given all of that, you're probably wondering what you need to do to get started, and what the investment cost will be for the full guide, the blueprints, the materials list, and everything else that's included. Well, first of all, let me just be clear about it. There is no system like this available anywhere in the world. The Freedom Particle System is the result of considerable expertise in the energy field and the idea of a brilliant farmer. And beyond all the technical innovations that have gone into making this simple and easy-to-use system, you also need to understand that this is about more than just energy. It's about keeping your family safe. The reason I'm so passionate about getting the Freedom Particle System into your hands is that I never want you to go through what I went through. I want to give you the opportunity today to make sure that your home is filled with warmth and love, that you have the extra money in your pocket to give your family everything they need and want. From school clothes to vacations to special dinners at lavish restaurants you and your loved ones deserve. Saving up to an extra $1,400 to $2,650 a year is a pretty big deal. And stop sending big money to the same energy conglomerates who are getting rich off your family's financial struggles. Luck is probably the only thing that got you on my website today, and your life is about to change because not everyone gets to have their own money-saving system. So take a moment to consider how it would be if you were forced to pay $100 or more for your energy bill each and every month. And when you'll be saving $50, $100, or even $300 per month, think about what you will do with all that extra money. That's a tank of free gas, or funds for a well-deserved holiday. Add all that up and you'll realize that the Freedom Particle System would save you tens of thousands of dollars over the next decade. Now, if you think that the Freedom Particle System blueprint will cost you a fortune, you must not worry yourself. Actually, we're going to cut the regular price, which is $149, and you'll get instant access to the blueprints and step-by-step manual for only $39. Yes, that is right. You're going to get the entire Freedom Particle System for just $39. And the only reason I even charge a fee at all is to pay my cybersecurity contractor. I'm constantly getting hits from the big energy cartels. Last month, they've crashed 2 of our servers. So I had to make sure I won't give them the satisfaction, not again, even if I had to put a small price on a decade of hard work. The only thing easier than getting your blueprints right now is actually building the device. So all you have to do is click the orange Buy Now button below, and you'll be taken to our secure and confidential order page. As soon as you click that button, you'll instantly go to the secure checkout page where you'll complete your order. It takes all of 5 seconds, and once you hit enter, you'll immediately get access to the system. You'll be able to view the complete guide, the blueprints, the illustrated instructions, and the material lists. And you can do it right now from your computer, smartphone, or tablet. You'll also be able to download all of the files, and you can print out as many copies of the blueprints and materials lists as you like. On top of your instant access, I'm also going to make sure that building the system and running it is one of the easiest, simplest, and most pain-free experiences you ever have in your life. That's why when you take advantage of this significant discounted investment price today, you're also going to get unlimited customer support for life. Out of the 76,897 families who have already made the investment in the Freedom Particle System, less than 10 of them have had an issue getting their new generator up and running. So while the chances that you'll need this support are slim, I want to make certain that if you do, I'm right there to help you. After you've completed your order, you'll be given my personal email address to answer any questions at all. And if there is even a split second where you feel confused or that you don't know what the next step is, or you just want to know if you can substitute one part for another, which a lot of times you can, simply send me an email and I will personally work with you to get your question answered. There is only one thing standing between you and a savings of $160 per month or more on your electric bill, and that's the yellow button you see below right now. But if you're still feeling unsure about the Freedom Particle System, then there's one more thing you should hear about, and that's my 60-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. Here's how it works. Right now, you just need to say maybe to the Freedom Particle System. Click the yellow Buy Now button you see right now and claim your instant access to the guide, the blueprints, the materials list, the unlimited lifetime support, and everything else that's included. You will be shocked by how easy this is to build, and you will be amazed by just how quickly the Freedom Particle System reduces your electric bill. But if for any reason you're not blown away by the results, just send an email for an instant refund. Say you only save $80 a month and you wanted to save $130, or you just change your mind. You'll get an instant refund with no questions asked. It's saved us more than $2,000 in energy costs since first building it a year and a half ago. And even as you read this presentation, it's saving more than 76,000 families an average of $1,600 each year. Right now, you have the chance to join all of us in the fight to take back our energy freedom, and you have a full 60 days to try before you buy. But aren't you going to ask yourself why you didn't at least try the Freedom Particle System? You could get furious every time one of your kids or grandkids forgets to turn off the TV, or end up fighting with your wife because one of you forgot to turn off the lights again. But why on earth would you make that decision? Especially when all you have to do is click the Buy Now button below right now. Do that, and you'll have full access to the Freedom Particle System, the step-by-step guide, the illustrated blueprints, and the materials list. You won't have to send a single hard-earned penny to Big Electric for as long as you live. You'll receive unlimited lifetime support, and you'll be covered by a full 100% money-back guarantee that's good for 60 days. I think your decision is pretty obvious, but I can't click that yellow button for you. So go ahead and invest in the Freedom Particle System right now. Join the 76,897 thrilled families who realize that there is a better, simpler, and cheaper way to power their homes. And I'll look forward to seeing you inside that members-only area in a few moments from now. Thanks for watching. Still here? No worries. I know that sometimes it can be scary to take that first step, and you probably have a few questions. So, to help you feel fully confident in the investment you're about to make, let me take a minute or two to go ahead and answer some of the most common questions I get asked right now. 1. What's maintenance like? There's no maintenance whatsoever because the system powers itself continuously. It's a self-sustainable device. 2. Is the Freedom Particle System hard to build? Not at all. When I simplified the blueprints to come up with the designs, I was adamant that this would be incredibly simple to build. There's very little physical labor, so even the elderly or those with a bad back or other ailments should have no problem making it. As a result, there are just a few handful of materials required, and you should allow about 3 hours total for construction. If you're still feeling nervous, remember that the instructions are clear as day. Simply follow them and you'll build it. It's really that straightforward. Plus, if you do get confused for even a second, don't forget to take advantage of your free lifetime support that's included. 3. What's included again? Inside, you'll get my comprehensive guide showing you exactly how to build your own Freedom Particle System. I made this guide with an over-the-shoulder approach, so it's basically like I'm there in the room building it with you. You'll get the blueprints, full-color step-by-step instructions, and the full materials list. Plus, your investment today will come with unlimited lifetime support. This means you can email me anytime you have a question, and I'll promptly respond to you. 4. Is there a guarantee? Yes. Once you place your order, you have a full 60 days to check out the guide, blueprints, and instructions. Just follow along, and once you start building, your system will be up and running in around 3 hours. If at any point you're unsatisfied or change your mind about this, just send me an email and I will refund your entire investment, no questions asked. 5. I'm ready. How do I get started? Simply click on the Buy Now button you see below. You'll then be taken to my 100% secure checkout page, where you'll enter your order information. After you've completed your order, you'll have access to my special members-only area. From there, you can instantly download everything. Remember, you have a full 60-day money-back guarantee here, along with unlimited lifetime support. So go ahead and seize your energy independence now by clicking the yellow button you see below.